So the Presidio is an entry level to get you into that point. We're all scope poor. Whenever you go buy it, I can buy 5 guns and now I need 5 scopes and 5 sets of rings. And then you start doing scope cover caps and all kinds of different things. But these are all things depending on what you're doing. Everybody's scope poor. So to have an entry level into the higher end scopes, and let me quantify that or qualify that, it's clarity and capability. So if I can get a 5 to 30 on the zoom, it's first focal plane, and I can run that out at distance, really what it boils down to is the clarity. It's been in every condition possible. I've grinded it through the West Texas silt and dust and dirt. It's been wet, it's rain, hunted in the rains off of tripods where it's just raining the whole day while you're out there hunting. So, I mean, ultimately, durability is probably one of the biggest things. As they've improved and gone through the quality levels as you get in those higher end scopes. Clarity is absolutely awesome. But the fact that I don't have dust in between the lenses on the inside of the scope is pretty amazing. So there's multiple companies out there when you go to look for optics, and I think whether you want some other scope from another company and you're looking at it, it depends on how hard their marketing is on that. What I look for is like, what's the value? What am I getting for what am I paying for? And I feel like at the point where how much money that I would spend if I buy it from Sightmark, I think on these scopes here particularly, I feel like I get a little bit more scope for my money than I do out of all the other scopes. And on top of that, I still get the clarity level. I mean, I carry the gun around, I hold it by the scope, I don't have a problem with that. And it hasn't been off. Matter of fact, the gun that it's mounted to right now has been mounted on there for about 10 years since I got the scope. You can pick what you want. I think if you want value, the best value for your money, and performance-wise, the best performance for your money, this is probably a great way to get you into the upper end of the scopes. Now you get one with a good reticle, especially in the airgun side. When you start shooting air guns, that reticle counts a lot. But yeah, I'm truly happy with Sightmark. What size airgun do I need to take? Every state has different laws, and I think that's how you got to break it down. If you're in Arizona, it's 250 foot-pounds. If you're in Texas, you're 350 foot-pounds. You get up there, you have to get the appropriate size gun with the appropriate speed and weight of bullet, all kinds of things. This here is the Umarex Hammer. It's a 50 caliber air gun. We make it in 2 different versions. This is actually a long barrel version here, and we also make a carbine version, which is a little bit shorter. You get 4 shots total out of the gun. 3 of them are at full power, and the last one's about 95 or 96%. It's got a 2-shot magazine. So this magazine right here has 2 holes in there. You put it inside, it auto indexes. So you can fire, rack it, and fire again. And once you do that, you should have hopefully an animal down by that point. So this one here is a 50 caliber, so it's a 510, same as the 50 BMG, you know, any of that stuff that's out there. The difference is this is a 275 grain bullet, and we can go all the way up to 550 grain bullets. The other question as I go, people say, well, does it kick? Well, the smaller air guns, if you start looking at 22, 25, and 30 caliber, they'll kick a little bit, they'll just bump. This thing will kick a little bit more than that, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And in this case here, if you're shoving a 550 grain bullet down the barrel, I mean, it's fully legit. We've had Steve Scott take out 2 Cape Buffaloes with it. One took 2 shots, the other one took 1 shot, and American Bison. So on the American Bison, it went through both sets of ribs and was sitting on the hide on the opposite side of about a 1,900 pound bison. These days now, we have pumps, tanks, all kinds of different things. You can fill them up. This is not our largest gun. Our largest gun is actually a 62 caliber, which is, it's called the Primal. And it is actually a shotgun. It's a 2-shot shotgun, but it also shoots slugs. And with it shooting slugs, it'll shoot a 62 caliber slug out of it. Runs about, I think, 375 or 380 grain-wise on the slug itself. But so you can go as big as you want or as small as you want. The one thing you'll find fun about getting into air guns are like 22, 25, and 30 caliber. And we still make 177, but they just shoot so smooth. You're still getting trigger time. It doesn't cost you as much money. And they're quiet, so you don't have to worry about that. Very capable, and does it jump? If you get too close to this one here, it will bang you in the forehead. It will scope you.